Switch hitter up there left-handed against Poncedeleon. The right-hander's pitch is lined up the middle, and it hits the pitcher, and he is down and hurt. And Victor Caratini will be safe at first on an infield single, but the trainer comes sprinting out of that first base dugout to check on Poncedeleon. And I'm not sure where that got him. He's moving his right leg now and rolling over a bit. Shane Nelson, the Cubs athletic trainer, is going to come out to be part of this also with Scott Ensel, the athletic trainer for the Redbirds. Scott's got his cell phone out in his hand. That all happened so fast. I'm not sure if that got him in the head or not. Showing the replay, Poncedeleon went down and he didn't move for quite some time. And the entire Redbirds infield, and now all of their players. Victor Caratini has taken a knee on the pitcher's mound who hit that baseball for the Cubs. And I guess character is revealed here. These teams, we talk a lot in sports, Scott, about the Cubs and Cardinals rivalry and kind of all that goes into it, and the banter that goes back and forth. But character is revealed in these moments, certainly when facing adversity, and you're never wishing for anyone to undergo any harm here at the ballpark.
Absolutely not, Randy. This is a great demonstration of character. These are all a bunch of young men, both teams, that are trying to fulfill a dream, working hard, playing hard. They want to be successful themselves. They want their friends to be successful. And, the way these major leagues go now, they could all be teammates someday, too, the way things move around. So it is, just even you look at the crowd, everybody is very concerned, as you would be, and hopefully the young man's going to be okay. But it also makes you realize you have to take your blessings of every day and be attentive of what's going on.
There is that fraternity in baseball, as Scott mentions. These guys play sometimes in the same winter ball leagues or Arizona fall leagues, so they know each other, in some cases, pretty well.
Shane Nelson, Jonathan Fierro, the athletic trainers for the Cubs, both on their phones, and one of the stadium paramedics is on his way out to the field now. And Poncedeleon remains on his back, lying on the front end of the pitcher's mound with the training staff for the Redbirds attending to him. And we're going to have, I'm sure, a significant delay in the ball game here. And Scott, we can continue to visit, and we're talking about the awards for character counts, the character awards, and today the deadline for nominations, and we're about halfway through that when the double play ended the top half of this inning. So please tell our listeners again about the process, maybe somebody they have in mind that they'd like to nominate. There's still some time.
Well, thanks, Randy. It is a great opportunity. Part of Governor Ray's vision with character counts in Iowa was to recognize and enhance the people that were doing great things, positive things well, to uplift them and showcase them. And we all know people in our lives who demonstrate great character. And we have a nomination process for the Iowa Character Awards. It actually closes today. It's a streamlined process. And basically, think of somebody that you know, a teacher, a neighbor, a friend, a son, a daughter, a mom, a dad, an organization that demonstrates trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. You can go to our website. In fact, if you just Google Iowa Character Awards, that's the quickest way for people to find it. And you can go to that website and just tell us who that person is and how they demonstrate great character. Everybody that gets nominated gets a recognition letter and certificate. And then we also have in July a banquet where the recipients and the honorees all come together. In fact, people that get honorable mention or just nominated come to this award dinner just to be recognized for doing right things well.
How many years have these awards been handed out now?
Well, we're in our 20th year, and the Character Awards banquet is itself probably in the 12th or 13th year. We've had a different manifestation of it, but really settled in the last decade on this July date. And we've just got a great group of people that have been recognized. And it really doesn't need to be, as you said, it was great to recognize Ashton Kutcher because he has had somebody that, is in the public eye. But everybody is in somebody's public eye. So we have categories for students, for youth, for adult citizens of character, schools, for teachers, for sports teams of character. And we're not looking just for that great moment where somebody did the altruistic thing, but somebody that really reflects great character throughout their lives.
Baseball is a reflection of that, the day in, day out nature of the game. Sometimes you're 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, and sometimes you're 4 for 4 with the game-winning hit. But every day it kind of starts over, and that's what character is too. Even if you've had a day maybe where the world got the best of you, that doesn't mean tomorrow you can't strive to be a little bit better. And just because you made some really good decisions and did something nice for someone on a Monday doesn't mean that Tuesday isn't a new opportunity to do that. And that's one of the things that I love about the game of baseball, and seeing the guys that play it well, they get that part of it, that what happened yesterday is yesterday, and today is a new opportunity.
Yeah, that so much is true of what you just said around character, and we see it in athletics, and baseball is just so preeminent in doing this. You know, we're watching it right now as the paramedics are out on the field with this young pitcher. But the element of mindset and growth mindset, right? Baseball, you know, if you're hitting 300, you're doing pretty well. Well, that means that 7 times out of 10, you're not accomplishing your goal. So you have to put that behind you and learn what you can from when you were not successful and move forward. Well, that's true in all of our lives. Overcoming adversity. Things don't go our way. How do we reflect on that? What are the things that we think about in our own minds and the actions we take? And it's not about what we previously did. It's about what we are going to do tomorrow. You know, we talk a lot about with sports and athletics. It not only builds character, it reveals character. And again, you continue to see that on the field here, even with our first responders. You know, you talk about great citizenship. Look at the people that you might know in your community, a policeman, a fireman, a paramedic, that you might want to nominate for a character award just because they do the right thing well every day. And Governor Ray's vision was that we need to recognize those people and hold them up, because we hear so much about negative stuff. We need to look at the positive things.
We're visiting with Scott Racker from Character Counts. We're in a delay here in the bottom of the second inning from Principal Park, because leading off this second inning, Victor Caratini, with a line drive up the middle, struck the Memphis starting pitcher Daniel Poncedeleon. He went down, and it didn't move for several seconds. He has moved down on the field. There are 2 paramedics as well as the training staffs from both teams out on the field. They've carried the backboard out to the field. They've got some first aid equipment. There's such a large gathering of people around Poncedeleon. It's hard for us to have a look at anything that is actually going on with him. It would be really irresponsible to make any sort of guesses from our seat right now, only to describe what is happening here. So listeners and those watching at MILB.TV understand what's happening and the scene that has unfolded here at Principal Park. But to make any guesses as to what may have happened, that ball was hit so hard by Caratini and everything happened so quickly. It appears that it did strike Poncedeleon up around the shoulders and head. So that is always a terrifying thought and sight. There's been lots of discussion about pitchers wearing helmets or other guards on the field that some have been resistant to, but every once in a while when something like this happens, it will rekindle those thoughts and discussions. As never before in our sports society has player safety been a bigger issue across the board, whether it's concussions in football, changing rules in baseball, hockey, basketball, the Olympic sports, everywhere. The health and care of the people playing the game, not just for our entertainment, is becoming a bigger and bigger topic, and this will, I'm sure, lead to some more of those discussions. As they've taken a cart onto the field now, and they will lift Poncedeleon on this board and load him onto the cart, and I'm sure there's an ambulance waiting out behind at Principal Park.
Hopefully it was a positive sign. I did see him lift his left arm, and he wiggled his left fingers as if answering a question possibly, but he's strapped in and that on the board and now in the cart.
Yeah, we were able to see movement from all 4 extremities for Poncedeleon in brief glimpses. I've seen him move both of his legs, both of his arms. Dean, you mentioned the wiggling of the fingers.
Standing ovation from this crowd, too.
A lot of young kids today here as part of Character Counts, and this is a lesson for them to learn and to witness and see how people respond to that.
Well, I do think it's important for people to understand perspective in life, right? They are competitors. They are rivals. At the same time, you know, we're all in this together. There's a sense of humanity and caring spirit. You know, one of the 6 pillars is caring, and you know, we've got to do a little bit better job, all of us, of caring about each other, especially those that we consider our athletic rivals, whether that be your local high school teams or your favorite baseball teams. We're all in this together.